I'm Ken Campbell. I'm a PhD scientist and I'm a professor in the Division of Cardiovascular Medicine at the University of Kentucky. I mean, we have a lot of patients at UK Healthcare who have cardiac disease. There's a lot we can do for them, but sometimes there's some patients who come in with something that's really hard and, we're still trying to work out how to do it better. And so to me, research is all about trying to help patients and give better options for people who get sick. And that's really what motivates me in my research, to try and help patients. So translational research is sort of a buzzword and everybody thinks it means something different, so I get to define it myself, okay? So I think of it as like a spectrum of research. At one end of the spectrum, you've got people who are just studying, not just, but they're studying molecules, and it's very, we would say it's basic. It's very focused on the science. And at the other end of the spectrum, you've got people who are thinking about patients. They're thinking, if I've got 100 patients, and what's the best way of helping them with that condition? And I think of translational research as trying to bridge those two fields together. So you get the people that are thinking about molecules, and you're trying to make it more directed towards actually helping patients. My particular area especially, I know a lot about the molecular motors that make the heart squeeze. So that's really what I'm best known for outside UK. And there's a new technique called cryo-electron microscopy, which allows you to take pictures of individual molecules. And so what we did is we got samples donated by patients at UK Healthcare, and we worked with collaborators who are experts in this really fancy microscopy, and they got the first ever pictures of what are called cardiac thick filaments. So they worked out how the molecules were arranged inside people's hearts. And that gave us new clues about the ways that the molecules are actually regulated and how you can sort of activate them with new drugs, and hopefully that will lead to new therapies. So what we did is we combined this amazing molecular science with specimens that were donated by patients that we collected with help from the clinical teams, and we put all of that together. The thing that I work on the most is heart failure. In heart failure, people get sick because their heart either doesn't pump properly or because it doesn't fill properly with blood. So these are two broad categories. We don't really understand what's going wrong in either of these things. And we don't have the optimal treatments for people. There are things we can do to help, but if we knew more about what was going on at the molecular level, then we could really come up with therapies that were more targeted. And so that's really what my lab is trying to do. We're trying to work out what's going on or what's going wrong in the different sorts of heart failure, and then try and use that information to come up with more targeted therapies that will really allow us to make the difference. Here at UK Healthcare, we've probably got 50,000 patients with a diagnosis of heart failure. There's a lot of people out there, and we can do a lot to help, but we could do more. UK Healthcare is like an international leader in heart transplants. And since 2008, we have been asking people who are going to get a heart transplant if they want to participate in research. And when they choose to participate, and I think almost every patient we've ever had has chosen to enroll in this study, when the heart is taken out during the operation, the old heart, the one that's gone bad, it comes to our lab for research. And so we've built what's called a biobank of human myocardium from, well, we're now up to about 700 people. And it's one of the biggest banks of myocardium in the world. And we share those samples with 60 or 70 groups internationally. It's an international footprint for the heart failure program. And everybody's thinking, how can we try to help patients? And one of the ways we do it at UK Healthcare is we have the infrastructure to collect these specimens and share them with appropriate permissions with groups around the world. And it's not good that somebody needs a heart transplant. It's great when they get one, and it's great if the old heart can be used to try and help somebody else.